Alright, y'all, what's up? It's been a while, well, only what, 2 or 3 days since I last made a video, but um, something came to my attention recently, and I've been thinking about it for an hour, if I want to make this into a short video or not, and I decided to go ahead with that, obviously, because you guys are watching the video, or listen to the audio, what the hell you want to say, but let's get right into it. Louisiana Dollar General clerk shoots and kills armed robber, gets charged with manslaughter. The Louisiana clerk told police the Dollar General store had been targeted by robbers 6 times since August. A Louisiana Dollar General store clerk who shot and killed an armed robber Monday is being charged with a crime, authorities said. Rufus Anderson was working at the store in Monroe when the suspect entered with a weapon. A police report said, Anderson fired a shot that struck the suspect and the customer. Ooh, it got a customer. Oh, okay. Anderson fired a shot that struck the suspect and the customer as the robber fled the store. Responding police officers found the robber lying in the money he had just robbed the store of, north of the scene, the report said. The suspect later died at a hospital. Let's see. Rufus Anderson, 30, is being charged in connection with fatally shooting an armed robber while working at a Dollar General in Louisiana. See, the customer was taken to a hospital and was later released after receiving treatment. After the shooting, Anderson locked up the store and set the alarm and left. He later gave a statement to police. He said he was afraid the suspect would kill him and had no idea that the suspect was struck by gunfire because he continued to run. He also said the store had been the target of 6 armed robberies since August. He said there were 4 robberies. There were 4 robberies and 2 attempted robberies. Anderson is charged with manslaughter. He was released on bail Wednesday and was scheduled to appear in court the same day. Wow. Anyway, so my thoughts on this is that this is absolutely insane. This shouldn't even be up. Okay, he shouldn't be charged with manslaughter. He should be charged with something else. I can't think of it right now. Where it's like, is it called reckless endangerment or something, like when when a bystander or a citizen is actually injured in the process. It's something like that. I can't remember what it's called. But okay, if anything, charge him with that, not manslaughter. Obviously, the guy was trying to do his job, and his job was literally being bombarded and raided by these I want to say but these crooks, these criminals, and he's forced to defend himself. And let's be honest, when you're dealing with people who are willing to just go into a store and just rob, and again, this guy was armed, the robber was armed, go in there armed, you don't know if that guy's gonna come back and just say, well, I got everything I want, or I don't know what, I'm tired of dealing with this, I don't want this guy here, just shoot him in the head and just take everything else. Who's gonna stop him? We've seen this so many times with the camera footages, the horror stories of those who actually were in oh my gosh, in a incident like that, and they lived to tell the tale. But this guy, this is concerning. This is in Louisiana, a southern state. I was looking into a video. I looked into a video, and I believe they were talking about, like, they have no castle doctrine, or not Louisiana, but maybe it was somewhere in Louisiana, some part of Louisiana. I could be totally wrong, but they were talking about there was no council doctrine or stand your ground law, basically, where Yeah, if someone's trying to carjack you and take, or just, just get into your property or whatever, you can't really do much, because then you'll be treated as the criminal, while the actual criminal is just going about his day, or her day, whichever. I'm gathering my thoughts because this is the modern world we live in, where more and more I'm convinced that the justice system is enticed to protect actual criminals and then punish the law-abiding citizens who are forced to take a position because it's their own life being at risk. Again, when you're dealing with criminals, you do not know what they're going to do. I mean, that should be obvious, but I guess, this is the modern age we're living in, where, oh, let's be nice and be, treat these guys with kindness and respect, and make sure that we get on our knees and suck them off. I'm just saying, this is the criminal justice system nowadays. And I'm not saying, and maybe I need to step back a little bit. It's not the justice system entirely, but it sure as hell looks like a lot of it right now. And this is just the most recent case. I mean, the BLM riots of 2020, the whole, however you feel about the whole Kyle Rittenhouse trial, whatever. The thing is, did you see any officers really being driving around trying to prevent any destruction and all that? Did you see that? No, you didn't. You did not see what with that evidence. All you saw were the kid running towards the officers. They weren't really patrolling. No, and that was a lot of places too, where all those cities were just going downhill. Leaving businesses and small business owners to protect themselves and protect basically their livelihood. That's what it's going to come down to, really. That's what it's going to come down to. I wouldn't be surprised if bounty hunters start going up in the market, because officers, because ever since that event, it there have been stations have been hurting to hire in new, or I should say, um, yeah, hire in new officers because of that, because of what's been shown to us. They're struggling, just like the military, struggling, even though they set the price higher to like 50,000. Like, you can get up to $50,000 if you join us. That it doesn't. It's all a result of what's happening in the country. It's not even about like a black versus white thing, or who are supporting this person. No, it's not even about that. It's about people just trying to be in a safe community, trying to be in a good environment. But yet, when they're actually taking matters into their own hands because they're forced to do that, they're the ones being punished, even though it's either them or the other person. And frankly, the other person shouldn't be committing the crime. Should be having a job. Should have a job instead of just being a felon. I I don't know what else to say. Really, I'm not even. I'm not. I know I sound like I'm upset, but I'm not really upset. I'm just stating what I'm thinking, man. I mean, I don't even know how is this being how is this guy being charged with manslaughter when he's basically protecting himself and customers? I hope this guy's able to turn it around somehow. I hope he's I don't know. I don't know what he can do because I'm not a legal expert, obviously. But if he could turn it around somehow and it's already seemed like people with a brain are with common sense, they're seeing how BS this is. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a GoFundMe or something put up for him and like where he can help him fight this thing if he can. I don't know. All I do know is that this is just absolute insanity. Imagine defending yourself, and then you're the one being booked and charged for. Oh, gosh. But yet they want to release a guy. They want to release criminals, and the next thing you know, an innocent person gets murdered, and then they send that person right back to prison and claiming, oh, I'm mentally unstable. They don't give me help. Well, why were you released in the first place? Oh, because they want a virtue signal. Those bail bonds, some of those bail bond companies, whatever, they want to join that project where they can just bail out people that are supposedly innocent, even though they don't do a thorough background check on them. Like what happened with that Asian man and that criminal. The Asian man survived just by a hair. Being stabbed. I think he was stabbed or shot. I can't remember. I think he was stabbed. But this is how. I mean, don't be surprised when people start feeling a certain type of way about police. It already is. People are already they've been feeling a certain type of way about police, but now they're gonna start feeling something else when the communities are just struck down and people really have to forge a militia, like a community militia of their own or something to keep their community safe. Which I'm all for, to be honest. I'm all for. I'm not even and don't get me wrong, I'm not a guy who's like F the police or anything like that. No, I'm not. I'm not like that at all. But I do believe in keeping your neighborhood safe, keeping your community safe. Take exiling people out of that community if they're up to no good, like like selling drugs or whatever else. But then some people become, oh, D Rhino, you can't do. What was a family member doing that? No, you wouldn't do it. Yes, the hell I would. Yes, the hell I would. I would. Call me a snitch or whatever. I don't care. You're not bringing that craziness around me, man. You're not bringing that craziness around me. You're not going to be feeding, and you're not going to be feeding it, like starting to rot the community from the inside out. No. And honestly, it honestly even show that I care about the person, because I don't want them dead. I do not want that family member dead. I've already experienced so many deaths of family members. I've already lost a brother because he was doing something that he shouldn't have been doing. It's stupidity. It's stupid actions like that just it ripples and it makes these waves throughout everyone, not just the victim, family members, friends, jobs. That's the one thing I just don't like it when people try to make excuses for stuff like that. Stop excusing crime. Don't do the crime. Just don't do anything criminal, man. Stop it. It's not worth it. Now this guy who was a criminal, who was the robber, he's dead. Now his family has to be dealing with the fact that he was a thug, and they're no longer gonna see him now. I don't know how the guy is personally how if the family wants to be with him or still likes him or not or whatever. The fact of the matter is that there's a cause and effect to everything. Senseless, stupid, man. Very. That's my thoughts on it. I'm done preaching.